What is going on, guys? It's Bucky, and welcome to your 17th program tutorial. I think it's the 17th. And, I never know what tutorial it is, but anyways, I got my air conditioner on, so I'm in a good mood. I'm ready to make tutorials now. And in this tutorial, we're going to be going over decision making. Now, one cool thing about programming is every computer program that we're going to build has the potential to make decisions. So it does this using a special statement called the if statement. And how this works is you give it a statement that can either be true or false. If it's true, it runs a bit of code. If it's false, got like cheeseburger in my teeth. If it's false, it either runs another bit of code or it doesn't do anything at all. So let me give you guys an example and then it'll all make sense to you. Trust me. So say you're making a dating website. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let me see what time it is. So say we have the first person in, we'll say we have this girl, Hannah, and she's 15. And say we have another person, maybe they're perfect match, maybe not. So we have Hannah, who's 15, that's a variable. We have int Tim, who is, let's say, 37. So we have two variables right now, one for each person on our website. And our boss comes in and he's like, alright, I want you to check to make sure the girl is younger than the guy. Say we say, alright, let me use my new syntax that I'm about to learn to make this happen. What you need to do is there's a special keyword in Objective-C called if. And as you can see the outline right here, you put if and right after it in parentheses you write the condition, and the condition is what do you want to test for. So let's go ahead and write parentheses and write, alright, if Tim is less than Hannah, so if the guy is less than the girl, actually let's go ahead and write this. If the girl is less than the guy, what do you want to happen? Well, now you give it a statement. So ns log at, just put like game time. So if the girl is less than the guy, then it's good to go. Even though in this situation, 1537, I should probably write something else. But for now, let me just build this and show you guys what happens. Save all, and it says game time right here. So in this situation, what happens? Well, you give your computer a test using the if statement. And this is a condition which could be either true or false. Hannah is less than Tim. Since that statement is true, or since that condition is true, the statement after it executes fully. Now let's go ahead and change this up a bit. If Tim is less than Hannah, let's go ahead and build and run this. Save all. And now you see running 0, nothing happened. So in this case scenario, Tim was greater than Hannah, so this evaluated as false. So that's why this didn't run. So this is a really basic way of using the if statement to give it a test, and if the test is true, you output a bit of code. But if the test is false, then nothing happens. But there are certain situations where you're going to say, alright, I'm going to give you a test. If it's true, I want you to do this. If it's false, I just don't want you to quit working. I want you to do something else. So that gives you a little bit more freedom. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and change this. If Hannah is less than Tim, let's change this to something a little more appropriate. 27. I mean, it won't matter, but it just makes me feel better inside. Alright. So if Hannah is indeed less than Tim, we want you to say game time. Now, if Hannah is greater than Tim, instead of just quitting the program altogether, we're going to give you another option. This is called the else statement. And what the else statement is it's this. If this first test evaluates as true, run this. But if evaluates as false, then instead of just going on, we're going to give you something else to run right here. So in essence, either this statement or this statement that we didn't make yet is going to run. There is no possible way that both the statement can be true and false. Really, there isn't. Unless you're like, what is life? Is that true? Hmm. True or false? Don't know. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Don't even. That probably just confused you. So let's go ahead and do this. ns log. Let's write something funny here. And that's not funny. Computer errors are not funny. So if Hannah is less than Tim, then write game time. But if the guy is older, then write no way, old man. Easy enough. So let's go ahead and build and run this, and we'll give it both situations, see what happens. It says game time. And why does this happen? Because it said, alright, I'm going to test this. Since Hannah is indeed less than Tim, I'm going to output game time. But let's switch this up a little bit using a greater than sign. If Hannah is greater than Tim, do game time. And since this is false, then it says, alright, since this test is false, I'm going to run the code in the else statement and say, no way, old man. So let's run this, save it, and now you see, no way, old man. So one last time, let me explain to you guys what is happening right here. You give it a simple test right after the if, and it can either be true or false. If it's true, then it's going to run this. If it's false, it's going to run your else. And by the way, these little brackets, anytime you have one line of code, you don't need these brackets. Even though they are optional with only one line, but most people prefer not to have them. For example, if you delete these brackets, your program is still going to build and run fine, just like that. No way, old man. The thing is, whenever you have more than one line of code, say you want to output three things, Control V, Control V. Let me make that nice and neat. You need these curly braces, and what this means is a block of code. So let's say if Hannah is less than Tim, you can write like game time, go get her, and she's single. That might be something you have on a dating website. So now if we build and run this, that way you can output more than one line of code. So pretty cool right there. And so again, just make that point clear. Whenever you have more than one statement, you want brackets. If you only have one, it's optional or not. You know, just to be safe, put brackets all the time, and then you won't even get confused about that. But check this out. If you have three statements right there without your brackets, and then when you try to save it and run it, it's going to say failed right here. Epic fail. I'm going to send that to fail blog right now. But anyways, the basics I want to teach you guys is the if statement, and you give it a test. If it's true, do what's under the if. If it's false, do what's under the else. So in the next tutorial, I'll build a program that actually makes sense and is a little bit more useful than just this makeshift dating website that we made. But for now, thank you guys for watching. You go ahead and make your own dating websites, and I'm going to go ahead and watch Dateline to Catch a Predator. So again, thank you guys one last time. Don't forget to check out my blog, and don't forget to subscribe.